Hello students, a very good morning to you. Let's continue our chapter 3 of class 12, that is human reproduction. In my last class, I have explained about the menstrual cycle. Today we will study about fertilization and implantation. What do we mean by fertilization? Fertilization means fusion of male gamete and female gamete to form zygote. So how we can define fertilization? Fusion of male and female gamete to form zygote. So as we know that the male gamete is called as sperm and the female gamete is called as ovum. So sperm and ovum fertilize to give the zygote. And here we also know that the sperm is haploid in number, the ovum is also haploid in number. That's why the zygote is diploid or 2n in number. So how this process occurs? As we know that the result of mating or coitus leads to fertilization or pregnancy. As we know that again that when simultaneously means all the coitus doesn't lead to fertilization, when simultaneously both the female gamete and male gamete come in contact with each other, then the zygote is formed. Means at the mid period of the menstrual cycle, means from the day 14, the ovum is at the ampullary isthmic region. Ovum is at the ampullary isthmic region. Students, you have to remember another thing. Only fertilization is possible if the ovum is at ampullary isthmic region. Means this is the part of fallopian tube where fertilization occurs. If you see the diagram again, the female reproductive system, then here you can see the diagram is like this. This region is ampullary isthmic region. The ovum released from the ovary gradually reaches at the ampullary region, and here the female reproductive system, this is vagina through which sperm enters into the female body and it goes to the ampullary isthmic region and fusion occurs, due to which zygote is formed. So here you have to remember that fertilization only occurs at the ampullary isthmic region, means when simultaneously both the male gamete and female gamete come to contact with each other. Clear, student? So how this fertilization occurs? As we know that the ovum has a layer called as zona pellucida layer. The ovum has a layer that is called as zona pellucida layer. This layer crossed by the sperm. This is the sperm and this is the ovum. This is ovum and this layer is called as zona pellucida. So when the sperm enters, as you know, the head region of the sperm contains the acrosome. Head region of the sperm contains acrosome, and that acrosome degrades the zona pellucida layer and enters inside the sperm cytoplasm of the ovum, and fertilization occurs where? At the ampullary isthmic region. That's why it is said that every fertilization does not lead to, or every coitus does not lead to formation of zygote. That's the reason as the ovum released from the ovary, it gradually moves, and when if fertilization not occur, then it moves towards the uterus, and then the endometrium get thin and it is released from the body in the form of blood and mucus. If fertilization occurs, then it will form zygote. Again after formation of zygote, then what happens? Then the zygote goes through here after fertilization. Remember students, here I want to tell you another thing, that the ovum or meiosis stops just after fertilization. Meiosis stops just after fertilization, and after meiosis stops, the zygote, as I have told you, contains 2n number of chromosomes, or it is diploid, so it goes through mitosis, means it enters through embryogenesis. So before it enters through embryogenesis. Here we need to know that how is the sex of a child in human being is determined. So students, you can see here, human beings have 46 number of chromosomes. 46 number of chromosomes, or we can say as 23 pair, out of which 22 pair is autosome and 1 pair is sex chromosome, and that sex chromosome is, in case of male, the sex chromosome is X and Y, and in case of female, the sex chromosome is XX. Always the ovum has only X chromosome. Suppose this is ovum and this contains X chromosome, and this is sperm which comes for fertilization. It has also X chromosome. Then here X and X, they form the female zygote. It will form female. If again the ovum, as you know, ovum contains only X chromosome, so it is homozygous. So here the female gamete is X and the male gamete sperm contains the Y chromosome. Here X and Y makes the zygote as male. So here you can see whether formation of female or formation of male occurs, this is only completely depend on the male partner, whether the zygote or the child will be a male or female. That is decided by the male gamete. It means we can say that the heterogamete partner is always responsible for sex determination in human beings. Sex determination, or you can say any organism, determination in the organism. Clear students? So if the question will come, how the sex of the child is determined in human beings, you can write the female contains 2 same chromosomes, 2 sex chromosomes, that is XX, and the male contains 2 different chromosomes, 1 X and Y. If the sperm that contain the chromosome Y fertilize with the female gamete, that will form, means the male contains Y, female contains X, then the zygote formed will be male. If both the gametes contain X, then the zygote formed is female. So this is how sex determination takes place in human beings. If you see some other examples, in different organisms, the sex determination mechanism is of different types. Suppose let's take another example in case of birds. We will study about this in chapter 5. Still you need to some more information. In case of birds, the female partner is heterogamous. Female partner is heterogamous, means the female contains 2 different type of chromosomes, that is ZZ. In case of birds, the sex chromosome is ZZ and the male contains ZW. Sorry, the female contains ZW where the male contains ZZ. As I have told you, in case of human beings, that partner will be responsible for sex determination who have 2 different type of chromosomes. So here 2 different type of chromosome is in female. That's why the sex is determined in birds by the females. So how? Suppose here Z comes, from here Z comes, then it will form male. Here W comes and here Z comes. So ZW, this is female. So students, this is how the sex is determined in case of birds. Suppose you can consider it as hen and this is as cock. So hen has 2 different chromosomes whereas cock has 2 same chromosomes. So here the hen or the bird is responsible for determination of sex in case of birds. So if the question comes, then you can explain it and you can also make a graph to show that how fertilization occurs in case of human beings and birds. After fertilization, the zygote quickly goes through cleavage. Students, cleavage means successive mitotic division. Here, after formation of zygote, After formation of zygote, cleavage occurs. Cleavage means successive mitosis. Means the zygote contains 2n number of chromosomes, then it goes through mitosis and it gives 2n, this is through mitosis. Now the zygote enters as embryo. So how embryo form and implantation takes place in the uterus, let's see through diagram. As I have told you, here is the, you can see, here is the ovum, here is the sperm, here fertilization occurs. After fertilization, the zygote is formed. This is the zygote. Then the zygote enters in mitosis. Then it forms 1, 2. Then 2 forms 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the 4 again get converted into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then it again 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So in this way the zygote start dividing. So here we can say ovum. This is ovum. This one is sperm. This is zygote. Goes through form cleavage here. Cleavage occurs. These are all of these are called cleavage. When mitosis occurs, then the 2 cell, this is 2 cell, then 4 cell, then 8 cell, then 16 cell. These are the different type of, means the cell continuously, the zygote divides mitotically and forms, these are called as blastomeres. These are called as blastomeres. Again, the 8 to 16 cell stage is called as morula. Clear? Here fertilization occurs. After fertilization, zygote is formed. That zygote goes through mitosis. Here mitosis occurs. And through mitosis, it will get converted into, as we know that it is equational division. So 2, 4, 8 and 16. 8 to 16 cell blastomere is called as morula. These structures are called as blastomeres. Remember students, these are called as blastomeres. When morula is formed, that morula is covered by blastocyst. This is blastocyst. Inside blastocyst, blastomere means 8 to 16 cell stage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are arranged. So here you can say as the implantation occurs at the 8 to 16 morula stage. In this stage, this get implanted on the uterine wall and this is the blastomere, which we say as morula, and this is covered by, this is called as blastocyst. Like the cyst wall, which is the covering, again the blastomeres get covered by the blastocyst, and inside the blastocyst, the morula, the blastomere stage, which is called as morula, as I have told you, 8 to 16 cell stage, the morula get implanted. After this, it starts dividing to form the embryo. Clear students? So here the question will come, what is morula? Morula is the 8 to 16 cell stage, that is called as morula. After implantation, the inner cell mass, it is divided into two parts. The outer is called as trophoblast and the inner part is called as inner cell mass. Clear students? Again I am repeating this. This is ovum, this is sperm. The sperm get fertilized with the ovum, forms the zygote. Now after formation of zygote, which is 2n in number, it goes through mitosis. Through mitosis, it forms many blastomeres, means 2, 4, 8, 16 cell, 32 cell stage. 8 to 16 stage blastomere is called as morula, and that morula get covered by the blastocyst. Means the blastomeres, which here we called as morula, get attached or get covered by the blastocyst, and after covered by the blastocyst, the outer layer is called as outer tropoblast and the inner layer called as inner cell mass. Then the tropoblast forms millions of villi that get implanted, or which forms later forms placenta, and that get implanted on the uterine wall, whereas the inner cell mass get differentiated into as the embryo. Means its hairs, its body structure, its different organs arise from the inner cell mass. Then we can say that the tropoblast forms the placenta, or which releases many villi, which are called as chorionic villi, and the inner cell mass get converted or get differentiated into embryo. Clear, student? So this procedure is called as implantation. As we are studying now fertilization and implantation, here we saw that fertilization takes place in the ampullary ischemic region and implantation takes place on the uterine wall. How this help or how this occur? This occur after formation of the blastomeres. These blastomeres covered by blastocyst, and the inner part is called as inner cell mass. The outer part is called as outer tropoblast, and the tropoblast releases millions of finger-like projections which are called as villi, or we can say as chorionic villi. So these villi are get attached with the endometrium, which is the inner layer of the uterus. So with the endometrium they get attached, and the inner cell mass get differentiated into embryo. So this procedure is called as implantation. You can say that if you define implantation, then implantation is defined as the attachment of the blastomere on the uterine wall in the 8 to 16 blastomere, means morula stage. So student, this is all about your fertilization and implantation. Next we will study about pregnancy and embryonic development in our next class.